Hey, what's up you guys? It's Layla Khepri, and I want y'all to make sure you stay tuned on everything I have coming up to the new EP, Unicorn Seasoning, dropping. You're with Flo On the Go, and we lit.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Flo On the Go, and I am here with the beautiful, talented, extra courageous, extra everything you can think of, Layla Khepri. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me, or whatever's.
You're so welcome. I love your energy.
Thank you.
So I'm just gonna hop right in. Please tell the world who already doesn't know you, who you are, what you do, and all that good jazz.
Okay, well, Layla Khepri, like you said, super energetic. I'm really just a creative in this world that's trying to be the best I can be. You know what I'm saying? I've grown a lot, and with that, I'm just trying to share my experience and, little lessons that I've picked up over time through this journey. And yeah, I'm just trying to spread love, share something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's everything I stand for is just creation, good vibes.
I love it. I can feel it, and so I know it's genuine, so I appreciate that.
Heck yeah, man.
So you're a rapper. How long have you been rapping?
Whew, man. I actually just put it in a song, it's funny that you say that. I've known how to rap since I was in 4th grade. That's where I kind of got introduced to freestyling and all this other stuff. And since there, started taking it serious right after I got out of high school. Lady Reds and I linked up. We were working together just ever since then, inseparably, so.
Yeah, and I see you guys have been like everywhere. You've been to LA, Atlanta. I mean, talk about these different places that you're going to and why, we were having a conversation, you stay in these different areas for a certain period of time. Talk about why you do that.
Well, initially, a lot of people don't know I stayed in Florida for a couple years. They know about Atlanta, but Florida was really just off the whim. The collective at the time, we all just kind of needed to distance ourselves. It was time for some rejuvenating experiences, so we left, you know what I'm saying? And we just put ourselves in an environment where we could focus on building the foundation of what we had to get together. And after 2 years, we were invited to Atlanta by a gentleman named Ian Burke, and we linked with him out in Atlanta, stayed out there for 2 years, made mad moves. And in between that, just trying to stay busy. Like, you have to, there's only so much you could do at home before you kind of have to leave, you know what I'm saying? And just, and thank God for digital abilities now, we're able to do that online, but there's nothing like the real thing, you know what I'm saying? Going out there, and I'm not the type of artist that I'll just go run behind stage to the green room. After I perform, I'll come off stage, I'll mingle with people, I'll personally pass out my stuff, because that's what it's about, you know what I'm saying? Building that connection. So that's really just what we've been moving around doing, just trying to, like I said, spread me everywhere, like peanut butter, baby.
So what is some of the difference about the music industry as far as in DC or Maryland and opposed to Atlanta? What kind of things did you feel different as far as the vibes, the people, and even the acceptance for your music being an independent and upcoming artist?
I feel like I said, when you're at home, it's not that the people are just totally cut off to being susceptible. I think a lot of people in the DMV do view themselves as, oh, if they could do that, I could do that. And instead of it letting it be like an inspiring and a motivational thing, I see a lot of people that kind of envy that, and they're like, well, why isn't it working? And they get frustrated, understandably so, when you have something that you're passionate about and it's not, getting the momentum that you feel it deserves. So it's really just, in Atlanta or wherever I've been that's not home, of course they're going to be a little bit more engaging. It's like something they've never seen before. And I actually, I had a fan base at home, and it wasn't until leaving and coming back that they were like, wow, she's doing stuff. And that's what it's all about. You have to show people who have the same dream as you that you're out here making moves. Otherwise, what is there to buy into? What is there? If you're just inspiring them, I'm just saying, just staying stagnant. And that's why this even new project coming up is going to be just a big release of a lot of things that people don't know I do. They don't know I edit my, some of my stuff, and I'm getting into the realm of directing and just building up other talents and starting to, recording myself now and at a more efficient pace. Like, I'm really delving into all these areas because I'm trying to build more than just my artistry. I'm trying to build an empire. You feel me?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. What makes you be so open to these other opportunities and these other experiences? Like what you're saying, you're an artist, but you're trying to get into directing. You're trying to get into all these different things. Why be open to all these things?
Just being perfectly honest, Lady Reds and I, and she was and still is the one shooting a lot of my videos, my graphics and all that, and we got to a a point where it was very much so becoming overwhelming on her with the opportunities and just all the other work that we had coming in. So I was like, okay, I need to step my game up. I have this stuff accessible to me. Why am I not picking up on it? So I started picking up on it, and I initially, before rap, I've always been a creative. I was big on writing. I wrote stories and poems in elementary school that teachers literally confiscated and thought that I plagiarized, and in another instance sent me around the school to different classrooms to read the story that I wrote for the paper. So just always been a creative, you know what I'm saying, and used my words and imagination to just bring things to life. So in the means of falling in love with the behind the camera stuff, I did. You know, it was a way for me to take, you know, with music, okay, I put it on wax, I get it out there, get the video, but when I'm actually sitting behind the camera and I'm like, I want this to be there, and I can actually, I'm in control of that, like I just loved it. And then getting other people and helping, you know what I'm saying, to motivate them so that they look good on camera, I just fell in love with that whole process, and now it's just like a part, I mean, it's just a part of what I do now.
I love it. I love it. I feel like you're speaking to me because I have the same feelings. Like, you know, I got into what I was doing, but then I started being open to things. So that's so awesome.
And you have to, like, at the end of the day, I didn't want to be like a one-trick pony. Right. Just because even within me, it's like rapping is what I started off doing, but I know I had more to offer. Like I said, rapping was just an outlet for my creativity, but at the end of the day, I'm a creative. So I feel like, and I'm saying that to say that if you're a creative, period, like if anything gets in the way of you picking up anything, it is your own, it's yourself. It's that self-doubt that you face, you know, because in a lot of instances, I was interested in the camera, I was intimidated by it. It's a big ass piece of technology with all these buttons. I don't want to break it, but you have to have, even if you are an artist and as a creative, period, you have to have that confidence in yourself, because God would not instill you with these amazing talents and put you in positions and even just give you the ability to just prosper if you were not meant to prosper. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely. Love it, love it, love it. What is your why? Why do you keep doing what you do? Even when it gets hard, what keeps you going?
The people around me, just to be honest. Especially this past year, like, so many times I wanted to quit after losing my mom and stuff. It was hard, but it's really the people around me, you know, for years of just investing in me and the belief in me, you know what I'm saying? And my mom, before she passed, one of the last things she said was, you go out here and you show them what success really is. And that's what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, like I said, I've come so far, I can't go back now, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't make sense. You know, for the people who literally invested time and money in me, it wouldn't be fair to them. For the fans that are going through the same thing and have not even experienced my whole story yet. Because my other projects, catchy songs, trendy songs, Poker Face was probably one of the most personable songs relating to my actual struggle in this next project. You know what I'm saying? It's time for me to really give them just a perspective on the more intimate things that I've gone through so that I can possibly help people. At the end of the day, I was put here to help people, and I do this because I'm going to help people, and I'm going to put myself and the people I'm working with is going to put me in a position where we can all just help people. So that's why I do it.
I love it, love it, love it. So you talked about a couple of your struggles, and I do want to touch on a little bit because I want people to understand that this road isn't easy. And yes, you might see me on the radio, you might see me doing this, but how I got here, that's what you need to hear. So talk about a little bit, you don't have to go into complete detail because I know your music speaks a lot for it. What are some of the things that you faced that were really like, wow?
Okay, growing up, period. You know, I didn't come from the richest, wealthiest family. My mom struggled, my dad was in jail, then he passed when shortly after he came back. So these are all struggles that I've dealt with personally that ended up following me throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of my battles may not have been, you know, by the grace of God, I never had to be homeless. My family, we've gotten evicted from homes, but we always had some relative, my grandma, one of my grandmas that would take us in, so didn't have to necessarily go through homelessness, but I know how it feels to have all your stuff put out there and on the street and, you know, be crying because people stole some of your belongings. You're not leaving with everything that was there. And other things, I don't even know if I want to touch on this just yet. It's about to get juicy. You know, a lot of women go through things with males in their lives and stuff like that, unfortunate experiences. So went through some of that growing up. And I say all that to say that all these things led to me mostly going through an internal battle. A lot of my struggles were internal and were with myself, my confidence. How I viewed myself. People, even now, I still, sometimes fall into depression and kind of go there and have to fight my way out, because for me, it really is a mental battle. That's been my biggest thing. That in itself, mixed with the demands of the industry, the demands of the field that I'm getting involved in, it made so much stuff hard in that sense. You know what I'm saying? It didn't make things seem as attainable when in this field you can't have those doubts. You know what I'm saying? Aside from my personal struggles with just doubt and building up my confidence, lost team members, you know what I'm saying? Old friends that when certain opportunities came to the table, it split us up. You know what I'm saying? People kind of came in our situation to conquer and divide. They were successful at it. So I lost close friends that, even still to this day that we don't talk, I would still consider family before some of my family. So that shit hurts. You know what I'm saying? When you still got love for somebody and some fucked up shit happened that you don't know if that'll ever be mended, So just losses, just the L's that you take, whether it be friends, whether it be money, taking tremendous losses in money, and even yourself, you know what I'm saying? Lost myself and had to fight and find my way back to who I was. That was a long response. It was good. But the shit's hard. The shit is hard. Whether you're struggling with yourself or the external situations, this shit is not easy, and you have to have the mind state and the faith to just always come back to that home base of who you are and what, like you said, your why. You gotta hold on to that, even if it becomes a new why over time. You know what I'm saying? You have to hold on to your purpose and just know that you's meant to be awesome.
Absolutely. So with all the losses, I can only imagine, and I can imagine, just hearing you speak, you talked about holding on to God. Do you think you can make it without holding on to God or something of that being?
Without holding on to that definiteness, you know what I'm saying, and what you're doing, because at the end of the day, and it's unfortunate, but I know you've heard with the law of attraction that it doesn't always have to work in the sense of good. Like somebody that's not the best person, if they still have these certain train of thoughts, then you know what I'm saying, they can accumulate riches. So I feel like as you have to have some type of home base, you know what I'm saying, otherwise, and not to say that I feel like you could even get lost having a home base, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I knew I was a good person and all that, but with all this shit going on, I was just young, something didn't feel right. I didn't feel like myself, you know what I'm saying? Even though I knew why I was doing stuff. So you just have to have some seed in your mind planted, and hang on to that. If you don't have that, you're kind of just, and honestly though, these days, it's a hit or miss, because I know some people, they didn't even expect to be on the scheme. Digital and online stuff has made things so, the opportunity just expanded vastly, and you really don't even have to. And it sucks to say this, I don't want to be a contradiction, but I have seen some people get on and it was just well, that was lucky, well now let's do it. So I don't know. I feel like for the people who are out there striving for it, you gotta have something. Other people, I don't know, luck, destiny, I don't know what you want to call it. But in my opinion, you should hold on to something. I know not everybody happens that way, but you should. Right.
So with everything you've been through, now you've pushed through everything, and now you're getting ready to
take over the world.
Exactly. So let's talk about what you're doing now, your new project coming up. You mentioned it, unicorns.
Oh, unicorn seasoning.
Yes, tell me about that.
Unicorn seasoning, like I said, with my experiences and everything, I'm a super nice person. I have learned over time to kind of reserve that energy a little bit. And it just came with the maturity. You know what I'm saying? I'm very still happy-go-lucky, but I have seen that in some cases there is such a thing as too nice. You know what I'm saying? So unicorn seasoning is y'all get that sprinkle of that unicorn spirit that I still got, but I'm not going to give y'all all that, because not everybody deserves that. Y'all are gonna get me and all that, but I'm not gonna be nice to the point that it tarnishes me anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna operate, like I said, with love in my heart. I'm gonna be kind to the people I come across, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to please people anymore. I'm not so unicorn seasoning. Y'all still get that little bit of sweet from me, but it is that little bit, because it's kind of game on, you know what I'm saying?
Love it. Seriously, you don't understand. I love this. Okay, so let's talk about your new project that you have coming up.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Okay, well, unicorn seasoning, like I said, it's just like that little spritz of kindness and everything, but it's in my past projects. It kind of went through some phases. The draft season was my first mixtape ever released. That let you know I was a badass lyricist. Like, my songs just bars for days, had that Machine Gun Kelly style, tore shit up. Lottery Pick was a little bit more to show people, oh, she can actually make a song, like she could spit, but she's got some hit capacity with her. And this next project is just all that meshed into one. This is me creating my sound. This is who I am. If people feel like, oh, well, she does a little bit of this, she does a little bit of that, you're damn right, because you cannot box me. And I know it's worked against me in the sense of people don't know what to gravitate towards, because some things, like I said, maybe pop, something. So this is a little bit more cohesive in the means of my sound. It is all these sounds that you've gotten in the past, but kind of bringing it all to a cohesiveness that I think people will enjoy.
Love it. So when is that dropping? Do you have a release date yet?
Don't have an exact date.
Okay.
You know, like, I need new material. And I've been writing over this past year. Like I said, with the passing of my mom, I did go through some writer's block. Yeah. Shit was horrible. Shit really hurt, because it's like, damn, like, this is one of the only ways I could express myself. And every time I tried finding my way to write something down, it wasn't coming out. I was too emotional. It just hurt. So very recently I got just into a writing spree, like all this shit just coming to me, you know what I'm saying? I got back into my groove, and I was like, okay, this is going actually so well. We're gonna do a project, and I'm gonna do it with new material, because I think we're ready for that. I think I was ready for this, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is me opening back up to the world, because I've been running, you know, with some of the same material. I've dropped hits, singles here and there and stuff, but I was a little bit out of my game, and this is me just coming back, letting people know, like, nah, thought it was over.
Right. Okay. So since you like you're here and I can feel it, you know, I like to drop little things in, some surprises at times, and right now I want you to freestyle.
Jet setting, we set repping. My team wildin', my team tripping off the new islands in our new whips that got no mileage with the blueprints. So while we keep winning, mustard seeds all see splitting through these whole bags that ain't fuck with us till they seen pictures of us posted up. Now they sneak dissing. I DC, my weed different. I'm too high to give 2 F smelling. Raise me, palm tree visions, palms keep itching. My zone's lit. Ozzy, Rolly, go Cabana said on my wrist. If not now, then when it does. Don't say that I never said it. Yeah, fuck what you heard about me. If it ain't come from me, then it's just word of mouth. Lots of nemesis out here to talk shit for clout, trying to eat off my name like I'm taking them out. Never taking an L, rather take different routes. Long as it leads to the paper, man. Handling my busy in places you want to visit, and don't think for a second on vacation. And I got too much to do, too much to lose. Who got the drop? Well, I got the juice. Who got the drive? Well, I got the fuck that.
Yeah. That was lit, Khepri, y'all. That was lit. Love it, Layla. I know I caught you off guard with that one, and you were the first one who just did that freestyle. So thank you so much for taking the challenge. You did awesome. So you're also creating a lane for people to also be able to do what you do, pretty much,
and make money off of doing it.
I love it. I love it. So if there was a young boy or girl listening to the sound of your voice right now, and they wanted to pursue their dreams and become a rapper, what is probably the 3 things you would have told them that your old self didn't know?
I would just say, you know, never be closed-minded to the point where you are unaware of yourself and what you're giving off, where you need growth. You know what I'm saying? Like, years back, you couldn't tell me shit. Like, even when it came to my artistry, even though I'm humble and some things I'll take for, like, you know, take with a grain of salt, some things I would actually implement into the advice whatever advice I was giving, I would implement. I would still have an attitude about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, thinking that I was always right, this and that. So wrong. I was so wrong in so many ways, even, you know, with certain stuff about my image. Yes, just be yourself, be true to yourself, be realistic though. You know what I'm saying? In the world we are living in, oh God, and I don't want to tell people the wrong thing, but from my experience, be yourself, but be realistic. And I mean by that, like, with the world we're living in, the generation coming up, and the things that we need to instill, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like every rapper that's on, pretty much just about every rapper, still tries to promote love and all that, but it's more than just saying that. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to say, yeah, I love these people, and then you come and you just are kind of shady. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's like just really operate off love, yo, and everything else will just be so clear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, as much as I thought I was operating with love, I was still judging people. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, if that's your way of doing it, do you, boo-boo. Do you, but just, you know what I'm saying? Just try to be a good person. Like, I know nobody's perfect. I know everybody goes through a journey before they get there. But at the end of the day, like, just try to get to a point where you could say, you know what, I'm a good person because I'm doing these things. Because even if you can't do these things, you aspire to do these things. Just strive to be good, you know what I'm saying? In a fucking industry full of cutthroat people, just strive to just be a good person.
Yeah, love it, love it, love it. Well, Layla, this is an awesome interview. Awesome, awesome. Tell everyone one more time how they can find you, follow you, spell it all out for me.
You guys can follow me at Layla Khepri on everything. That's at LaylaKhepri. Spelling bee. Put this one in a spelling bee.
All right, y'all. This is Flo on the Go. Honored to have Layla Khepri. Shout out to her and everything she's doing. We will be back. This won't be our last interview. I'll probably be covering you at a show or something like that. So we're signing out.